Today I will tell you the story of Dave Koolbergen. In Dutch we say Koolbergen. He's a very experienced and well-respected cardiac surgeon. Back in his resident time, 25 years ago, Dave had to go back to surgery after a successful open heart surgery. And we all know open heart surgery is, let's say, invasive and not a little thing. But after the successful surgery, once out of 20 times he goes back to surgery up till today because something simple as a drain that is failing. Today I'm going to tell you that it is not necessary. First of all, what is happening here? Excuse me for all the bloody pictures. After a successful open heart surgery, patients are at risk to end up because the drain is not able to evacuate the blood around the heart. And the accumulation of blood and clots actually re-inverts the coagulation cascade, so you start to bleed harder, and the problem gets worse and worse. In 6% of all cases, this leads to all kinds of complications. The worst thing being, you have to reopen the chest, sometimes at the ICU, because it's a tamponade and you need to act now, because the heart no longer beats. Total burden on healthcare is 14 billion euros. So it's a massive problem. Now, the current standard of care does not provide clinicians with the information whether this is at all happening or not. You see on the left the drainage pot, and that is standing under the bed, and it shows no trend on blood loss, whether the pressure is actually increasing around the heart, whether it's happening. 95% of all surgeons recognize the problem, and more than 2/3 is actively looking for a solution. But honestly, there is no solution so far. The interesting thing is that the solution is actually very close at hand. If they do a reoperation, here shown on the left, they open up the chest again, remove all the clots in the blood, and then the magic comes. They flush the space around the heart with warm saline. This removes the blood, re-establishes the coagulation cascade, and that's the trick. But this is, of course, a very invasive method. So we're going to prevent it. We have developed a device and a disposable belonging to that flushes the space around the heart preventively, all patients. Now, what you see here is a sneak preview of the device that we're going to unveil next week. So no pictures, please. We've built a device to be to be applying for CE next year, Q1. And this device will move with the patient from the OR up until the ICU, until the patient stops bleeding. I also have explained that clinicians have no good sight. What we've built is a roadway, a pathway to the heart. So we can measure blood loss, we can measure trends, and we report on these trends. Also on the pressure and other important parameters. So now clinicians have tools to decide what to do. And there's a preventive device. So this gives doctors peace of mind, and they can sleep again. The beauty of it, it's clinically proven. Other than other ventures that you'll see is you first have to build a product and then build the proof. We have manually flushed over 340 patients and proven that there were 0 reoperations, 0, with any of the flushed patients, so half of the group. And other complications were also reduced, as you can see here. After this first proof, we've then built an investigational device. Of course, that was a complicated device, not nicely to use, but we've used it in 4 clinics, and that is our pivotal trial. We're now evaluating the figures of that. Of course, I cannot unveil anything of it. I also don't know anything of it, but that will provide the data for CE mark application in Q1 next year. The interesting part is that the FDA has said to us, we will give you a breakthrough designation, meaning that we have a faster track to FDA approval and a good communication with them. And they say, okay, go. And there's also a guideline, the ERAS guideline, also a US initiated guideline, that says you have to actively keep the drain open, doctors. But how? Well, use us. Now, what is our next stage? With the money of the Series A last year, we have executed the trial I was talking about with the investigational device. We have built the final device, and we will apply for CE next year. The introduction of the product to the market in Europe and thereafter, quickly thereafter in the US, is planned with the Series B. That I'll talk about a little later. Now, all these accomplishments so far, of course, I can show you data of market and business models, but I only have 10 minutes, excuse me for that. So we excel, but all these accomplishments so far, we have proven to deliver as promised with our strong team and board. And I don't want to get out any of them, but all I can say is we have over 4 exits in the team, and we have massive commercial and technical experience. We've done it before. So, in short, we will enter the market in the US, in Europe first, then the US, perform an international clinical trial with the money that we're raising, and we're building the next version of the device in which AI will further improve this invention, and we start flushing with medicines, so there's a pathway to growth. And we're looking for a Series B investment of 15 million. Haermonics is offering you an investment opportunity that is already de-risked. There's clinical proof, the device is built, and now it's a matter of application of CE and getting it and growing. It's in a growing 1.5 billion market. And the investment is also supported by our current investors who will do a follow-up investment. Long story short, and after that I'll answer 2 minutes your questions because I see that I'm a little bit too early here. Haermonics is offering a proven solution, and most important of all, it saves lives of patients, it provides peace of mind to doctors, and it's economically beneficial for hospitals and payers. So do you guys, any investor, I didn't see any, but maybe somebody can, have the heart or talk about us to further discuss this with me and our team?